Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Daily Betslip. Myself, Reed Wallach, got some things to talk about on the show today. Of course, community picks, best bets for tonight, some early picks for the college football bowl schedule, and the game of the night is an intriguing one. Illinois against Texas, two ranked teams in college basketball. But we're going to start off the show talking a little Survivor. Last night, if you were up for the end of the game, if you saw my tweets, it was a tough one. It's tough for me to go to sleep after that because I'm still alive in the $25,000 Survivor pool that's run by Joe Ostrowski. 13 people left. 2 people are on the Buccaneers last night. Pretty much chalked it up to those being dead entries and that we're going to be down in the final 11. And then Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does and just breaks my heart decade after decade at this point. So still 13 of people left. Nobody has been eliminated in 3 straight weeks. Reed, I know you're still alive in a Survivor pool as well.
Yeah, I'm still chugging along. I think I have some more bigger pool, but I think there's 130 some odd people left and 5 people at Tampa Bay. So I was also rooting against Tampa. I had Tampa Bay I laid it with Tampa Bay. I thought that they'd get out of their funk. I'm kind of still bullish on Tampa Bay. I gotta stop, honestly, even though I already bet Tampa Bay against the Niners and Brock Purdy next week. So maybe that will be my final stand. But no, listen, it's Tom Brady. It's baked into Survivor pick. Tom Brady, he won't lose. He'll figure it out. And just to chalk it up to another one. We're on opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to Tom Brady because I am a Tom Brady stan. I kind of like people, you have like those quarterbacks you always bet on. I know I've been on the wrong side of a bunch of Tom Brady finishes. I have typically been there, so on the right side of them. So it was nice to see Tom Brady, win another one. It was honestly like between that one and the Rams game from what was it, like 4 weeks ago now, a month ago. Very similar finishes. How he just finds a way, despite incompetent coaching, brutal turnovers, finds a way to get the win. So Tom Brady, 45, still chugging along.
I hate Tom. I literally is my most hated human being on planet Earth. There's not a single human being I hate more than Tom Brady. But I want to present to you your thoughts. I want to get your thoughts here on a dilemma I'm in for Survivor.
Okay.
So we basically have the rest of our picks laid out, but we're deciding between what to do with this week and week 16.
Okay.
So I'll describe to you 2 scenarios. You tell me which one you'd go with. So scenario number 1 is taking the Dolphins against the Chargers this week, and then the Bills against the Bears in week 16. Or
I like that.
The Bills against the Jets this week, and then the Dolphins against the Packers in week 16.
That's interesting. So obviously I want to preface, I do not want any responsibility in your decision making. I don't want, if this goes wrong, to have this come back and haunt me. I feel like the Dolphins would be home against the Packers, correct?
Yes.
I'm leaning towards that way. So the Bills this week, Dolphins in week 16. Because if I were to say, I don't know, Dolphins on the road, Tua apparently has this ankle injury that they said after the game. And the Chargers are always like a weird Survivor team for me because they're never a team I want to play against because like they have a lot of talent and like they go for it. Like I feel like they have a lot of weird outcomes in their games. But then again, I don't want to take them in Survivor because they go for it. There's a lot of talent and like there's a lot of weird outcomes in their games. So like, look at like last week, for example, against the Raiders, small road favorite. They just lose. They get thoroughly outplayed. But I don't know, like they hang around against the Niners a few weeks back. It feels like there's a lot of variance in their game. So I don't know if I trust the Dolphins. Second straight week on the road. Tua might have a bum ankle. I don't know. That one seems weird. Which way were you leaning?
I was leaning
the other way.
The other way, but at the end of the day, it is technically my girlfriend's entry. She will have final say. But the Jet, because I love the Jets, so I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets upset the Bills. Which
I don't know. I think the Bills are set. Bills Bears in week 16. You got to think Justin Fields probably shut down by then. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be shut down by then. So I think week 16. I think you should think more who do I like in week 14 versus who you think in week 16, if that makes sense. You gotta get to week 16 first. So I don't see some glaring discrepancy where it's like you have to take this side. I think you're in a good spot either way. You obviously don't have to get it done. I kind of lean towards the Bills, though, being home against the Jets.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll lay this out to my girlfriend, and she gets final say because it is technically her entry. Mine was eliminated back in week 4. And then also that way I can't get the blame if it loses. But yeah, we had a sweat on the Seahawks this past weekend. But
yeah, I have 2 entries left in a big one. We spread the wealth with multiple entries, and the one that I think has like the path to victory, like with enough quality talent. Like I have the Chiefs left, I have the Niners left, I have the Dolphins left. It had the Seahawks were my most confident play last week, and wasn't pretty sitting next to my dad, who I split the entry with. He doesn't. I do all the picks. He just kind of rides this out. It's an investment for him, and we're at the Nets game on Sunday, and I just have to like give him like a play-by-play from my phone of like, all right, well, the Rams are winning now. Like, here we go. Like, we gonna need a touchdown here to win this one in regulation. So let's go. And I'm just like, it'll be like foul. I'll be like, all right, they're inside the 20. He's like review or timeout or something, and like hit me and be like, what happened? Like, we're watching a Nets game. I'm like, oh, like we're inside the 5, and then we score. So that was a nice little Sunday sweat live at another game.
Yeah, that was. Hey, that's the fun of Survivor though. You got to sweat every 2 weeks. I got cat hair. My cat not leaving me alone once again. All right, let's get into picks for tonight. We'll start with community picks. The picks sent in to us from the BetSided community on Twitter. Let's bring up the first one here. Chips picks daily. I think Chips gave us Canadians plus 1.5 last night, which cashed against the Canucks. He's on Hurricanes minus 1.5 tonight. Canes ranked 3rd in shots for per game played, while Anaheim ranks dead last in shots against per game played. Yeah, the Ducks have the worst defense in the NHL. Carolina ranks 1st in shots allowed game. Possession numbers are too skewed one way not to back the puck line. Chips picks daily 6-0 in community picks. There you go. I don't know. Ooh. I can't verify that, but I will.
I'll trust them. No one's ever lied on Twitter.
No one, yeah, especially about betting records. Everyone, but hey, I know he has sent in winners, so I'll trust him that he's 6-0. Yeah, I like that play. I will say I'm not going to do it because I think I'm officially retired off puck lines, at least minus 1.5 puck lines. Generally, my strategy this year was to not do it, to just eat the juice on the money line. It's worked out for me, and every time that I try to take a puck line, usually backfires. It did with me last night again. I tried to take the puck line on the Flames against the Coyotes, tried to fade the Coyotes again, and it bit me in the ass again. I don't know how the Coyotes keep keeping these games close, but the Flames only won by 1. So maybe I should just eat the juice and just taking money line. So I like it. It is certainly a lopsided game. Hurricanes should win. Just puck lines make me nervous.
I agree with that. Same with baseball run lines. I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna lay it with a favorite, just lay it, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why even bother?
Yeah, listen, there's enough variance in sports, especially ones like NHL and MLB, where it's hard enough for a team just to win a game, even though they're the better team. Having them win by more than 1 goal is tough.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring up the next community pick here. Cavs minus 4. This comes in from Hot Takes with TP3. It is the Cavs against who? The Lakers, I believe?
Yeah. This line's on the move, but we'll give credit to Hot Takes. It's 5.5 now. People are talking about this like Anthony Davis MVP buzz. I'm just not buying it. I listen, credit to AD for being healthy and playing really well. He had 55 the other night, but this Lakers team is still under 500, and I think it's like 1/3 of their wins. I want to say they're like 9-12 now, and 3 of their wins have come against the Spurs, who are the worst team in the league. So, like, this run is nice, but the rest of this Lakers roster is still poor, and the Cavs, to me, are still an Eastern Conference contender. So it's 5.5 now, so I'm sure TP3 Bets doesn't love it as much as when he gave it in. Yes. But I lean this way, too. I think there's a little bit of a comeback to earth moment for the Lakers coming.
Yeah, they're probably not as bad as they were at the start of the season, probably not as good as what they're playing now. Do you think that's
exactly? Yeah, I think that's a perfect assessment.
All right, perfect. Let's bring up the next one. Good luck to you, TP3 Bets. At least to win a CLV trophy.
And listen, that's better than winning the bet, honestly.
Yes. Cody Wells chiming in with Houston minus 29. I think Cody's bet on Houston every single time that Houston has played this season. By far looking like the best team in the country over North Florida. A little 2-unit play for Cody. How about that? I listed off some stats here. I'm not going to read all of them, but basically, I mean, yeah, Houston's the best team in the country, and North Florida sucks, especially defensively and by rebounding. Houston also 31-15 ATS since 2021. Line now minus 32. Talking about CLV trophies, there's another CLV trophy we're handing on the show to Cody, getting Houston minus 29. Let's see if the line is still at that number at 32.
Yeah, I think it's like 32. I have a bet on this game on the total. So, yeah, Houston is I know they're national title favorites, but like in my opinion, rightfully so. I just think there's a lot of parity in college basketball right now. But you look at Houston, just both ways they could beat you. You know, like
yes,
tenacious on the offensive glass. They could shoot the ball a little bit. Guard plays great, and then obviously the defense is just outstanding. So Houston. 32, 29 obviously better than 32. 32 is a lot. I have an opinion on this game on the total though, so I'll hold it in for a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean I like the bet. I mean it's a 29 or now 32 point spread. I mean there's not really much I can say.
North Florida is bad,
Florida. Last night, and I gave the pick on the show. Maybe it was the Vegas Insider Show, but regardless, I was on UMass minus 15 against Albany, covering for basically the entire game. And
I had Albany. I bet Albany.
Oh.
I stopped checking. I stopped checking. I saw it. What were they up? Like 24 and a half?
What?
They were up like 24 and a half or something?
Yes.
I stopped checking. I just assumed it was a loss. I faded UMass. They went to double. They had to come back in the second half. I think they won in overtime on Saturday. It looked like their best player was going to sit. So I just kind of faded Albany, got good CLV. And I was like, oh, I'm dead wrong. This is over. And then I checked. I saw the final minute. Squeaked one in there. Had no business winning.
No,
Sorry.
It didn't. It really didn't. I think they're up like 20, like 7 points with like 5 minutes left or something.
I apologize.
You should apologize. You should be sorry. All right, let's. We got two more community picks here. The next one I think is college basketball. Lucky Hands Kennedy at Hold the Line. I don't know if that's like his betting account or what. Likes Iowa over 33.5. I'm from Iowa, or if that's in the first half. I'm from Iowa and follow their B-ball team and would take Duke -3. I think Iowa gets in foul trouble in the second half and Duke takes over the game in the last 3 minutes specifically. How about that about a prediction? Iowa goes over their team total in the first half, but then Duke covers specifically in the last 3 minutes because of foul trouble.
Interesting. Yeah, Duke a small favorite. I kind of lean Duke. It's at Madison Square Garden. Duke plays there all the time. Iowa on the road. I like the over too, so I guess I kind of like the Iowa first half.
Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, it's the Jimmy V Classic. So like the front end is the Illinois Texas game. Iowa Duke is the late game. I think I agree with this because I think over's a look. I think I lean Duke in the game. I bet Ohio State last week against Duke, and I think I was right there. Ohio State was able to score on them. They just couldn't stay out of foul trouble. So I think you're going to see a similar thing again with Iowa and Ohio State are two very similar teams. So I think you're going to see similar stuff, but Ohio State was able to score. I think that game went like way over the total. I want to pull it up while I'm talking, but I lean this way too. I think Iowa's going to be able to score, just not enough to win this game outright.
All right, there you have it. You like it. And we have one more community pick first night. I think it's a NBA player prop. Tyler Hero over 11.5 rebounds and assists. There you go. Do you have anything to add to that for NBA? What's he on, the Heat? Yeah,
the Heat. They're playing the Pistons. Second night of a back-to-back. I honestly didn't really look into this, but good luck, H. Lobermeyer, 12. I wish you all the best on this one. Also, back to that Duke thing, just because I pulled it up. 81-72 final last week against Ohio State. I think you could see a similar score here. Duke was able to keep Ohio State at arm's length. I know they were at home, but I think a similar score line is in order. I might add this over, honestly, now that I'm talking about it.
There you go. How about that?
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Yes. Best of luck to you at H. Lobermeyer 12. I don't really have neither of us have opinions about Tyler Hero player prop in the Heat game, but and he didn't give us a reason for the pick. So I trust you. Best of luck. All right. Let's get into our best bets for tonight. I have one college basketball pick and 2 NHL picks. You have 3 college basketball picks.
Yep.
The college basketball pick I'm giving out on the show is a money line underdog. I got it at plus 220. It's down to about 2-1, depending on where you look for it. So why don't I just start off with that pick? Interesting if you have thoughts on this game, but maybe you don't, because it is kind of a random mid-major game. But give me Bucknell, the Bison, plus 220 against LaSalle. I think the wrong team's favored in this matchup. This is what?
Famous last words.
What the wrong team is favored?
Wrong team is favored.
I thought it was the case for Boise State a few days ago that they pulled off the upset. Plus 220.
Let's hear it.
All right. The Bison, I believe, is their mascot. 25th in the country in effective field goal percentage, 55.9%. LaSalle all the way down to 301st. So right now, we're talking about one of the best shooting teams in the country so far this season against one of the worst. Bucknell's better defensively as well, or at least in defensive efficiency, 116th compared to LaSalle at 156th. Now, Bucknell does turn the ball over a lot, which is kind of the big weakness for them, so that does give me a little bit of concern. But Bucknell's done pretty well. They hung around with Georgia this year, only lost by 5 points. So, like I said, wrong team is favored. Might be famous last words, but can't ignore those shooting numbers specifically. I'll take Bucknell on the money line for a little aggressive pick to get things started off.
Yeah, and you're getting now, I didn't really look into this one. What is it, like a 60-game slate? Didn't have time to, dig deep into the weeds. But I just, some, I guess, supporting evidence. LaSalle, Saturday, rivalry game against Penn on the road. They win in overtime, 84-81. Maybe that's what, this Bucknell team needs coming on the road. The offense has been humming. And LaSalle's offense has been a big struggle, outside the top 302-point percentage. I might jump in here with you now that I'm looking at it.
Are you going to take money line or the points?
I'll sprinkle money line just because you did it.
Love it.
Tell your bookie to keep the points.
Exactly. Now, this is my favorite game that I've started on the show when talking college basketball. Trying to guess the state that schools are from. Bucknell, I'm going to guess Pennsylvania.
Yeah, you are right.
So LaSalle is too.
Yeah. So it is a little battle of in-state foes. LaSalle's part of the Big Five, though, with like Villanova, Temple, St. Joe's, all that stuff. Bucknell didn't make the cut for that one.
All right, there you have it. That's my favorite bet of the night, little Bucknell money line action. You got 3 college basketball picks. Why don't you start us off with your first one?
Yeah, let's start with the alma mater. Let's do Wisconsin Big Ten opener against Maryland. I think it's a good time to fade the Terps. They just got this big win against Illinois, announcing themselves. They're off to an 8-0 start with Kevin Wooler, new coach. I think that they're going to run into some trouble against Wisconsin, though. I know the Badgers just won in overtime against Marquette, an in-state rival, but it's a Big Ten opener. They're at home, and you look at some of the shooting splits for Maryland, I just see that they're due for some serious regression. Top 10 in 2-point percentage. Wisconsin, they are a compact defense. They're not going to make mistakes. They're going to shut down the interior. And honestly, this is more of an eye test thing, so got to take my word for it. But you see guys like Tyler Wall, an incredible finisher, missing bunnies that he doesn't miss. I think he's going to cause some matchup concerns for Maryland. On the road, they played one road game at Louisville. Louisville is arguably the worst high major team in the country this year. I think this is a change of pace. I like Wisconsin laying a bucket here against Maryland. I just think great spot to fade Maryland after a big win at home on Friday night.
Is it a biased pick?
No, it's a spot play in college basketball. You see these all the time. Another one for reference, Indiana going on the road to play Rutgers on Saturday after beating North Carolina. Great sell high spot on Indiana. Rutgers wins outright. It's just big. Winning on the road in conference play is difficult, and I think that you're going to see it. And maybe it is a homer pick because I do watch Wisconsin a little bit more than other teams.
Yeah, the Wisconsin football helmet is not supporting your case. That is not a biased pick. But all right, I'll take your word for it. Wisconsin minus 1.5. I'm going to switch over to some NHL action here tonight. I'm going to fade who I think might be the most overrated team in the NHL right now, and that's the Winnipeg Jets. I'll take the Panthers on the money line, minus 118 against them. I don't understand the Panthers are only slight favorites in this game. If you look at things like Corsi percentage, the Jets heading into tonight, 17th in Corsi percentage, 15th in expected goals for, 19th in expected goals against. So they are a very average team, but their record is good. And there's nothing I love doing more when betting on sports are fading teams who have a good record, but they don't have the stats to back it up. And the Jets are one of those teams. They're winning games because of Connor Hellebuck, their goaltender, having another Vezina-esque season. But the Panthers have one of the best offenses in the NHL, and I think they can pop a few Genos tonight, as they say. So I'll take Panthers minus 118 on the money line against the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, just some, not to cut you off on this hockey bet and stop our best bets, but John Heyman just tweeted that Aaron Judge appears to be heading to the New York Giants or San Francisco Giants.
Aaron Judge is going to the Giants?
That's what John Heyman just said. So
that was kind of expected.
Something to monitor here.
JJ, our producer JJ in the chat says called it. Well, I guess
I don't know. We shall see if this is happening. I mean, John Heyman is he also typed in, he is known for his spelling mistakes, but types in arson judge. So we'll see if maybe that was a psych or not, but I don't know. So something to monitor as we go with the show. But yeah, I could give out another college basketball bet.
I mean, really quick, if there were betting odds for what team Aaron Judge was going to go to, like the Giants would have been like a minus 500 favorite, right? Or
no, I disagree.
I feel like everything I saw said that Aaron Judge was going to the Giants.
As someone who is a New York person and have a lot of friends that are big Yankee fans, I guess this is happening, but I would be very surprised if the Yankees actually let Judge walk, given all the talk around how cheap Steinbrenner's been over the past few years, Cashman penny pinching around the corners, and also Steve Cohen of the Mets coming in. And I mean, you just saw today or yesterday, Justin Verlander, the Mets lose Jacob deGrom, Mets turn around and sign Justin Verlander. They're not afraid to spend. And I would be surprised if the Yankees actually let Judge walk, but it appears that's happening.
Aaron Judge wants to go home. He as soon as the Yankees fans booed him in the playoffs, it was done.
Toxic environment.
Yeah, you can't boo Aaron Judge after the season he had. Like, that's Yankees fans are the worst fans in sport. All right, let's skip back to our picks. You got another college basketball.
Yeah, let's go with the under. We have two unders coming in, but under in Virginia, James Madison. James Madison got the rivalry upset last year against Virginia. It was a down year for the Woos, but they seem to be back to their Final Four form, being teams like Illinois, who we're going to talk about in a little bit. They've talked they being Baylor this season. Two contrasting styles in this game, and I think that Virginia's is going to win out here. Virginia plays at one of the slowest tempos in the entire country. James Madison inside the top 70 nationally in adjusted tempo. But Virginia, this is the highest totaled game of the year. Both teams are shooting the cover off the ball, each in the top 10 3-point percentage. I think regression's coming, and I think it's coming tonight. Virginia's going to want to dictate terms here, not want to get into a track meet. I just think there's not enough possessions to go over this total. So I'll play under 133.5. I think Virginia, it's a big statement game, more revenge angle here. So I think Virginia really sucks the life out of the ball and covers this double-digit spread, and it goes under the total.
Love a good Virginia under. One of my favorite bets to place. It's been a lock the past few years. All right, I like it. My other NHL pick here, I'm fading my Toronto Maple Leafs, unfortunately. I will take the Dallas Stars minus 105 in this spot. To be fair, I got it early this morning when I lock in all my bets. It is now up to, I think, around minus 120. Still like it at that, though. The Maple Leafs record has been great lately. Their stats, not so much. In fact, over their last 10 games, they're 27th in Corsi percentage. Not good. Matt Murray, their goaltender, has been saving them a lot as of late, ever since he got back from his injury. He's been playing great. But now he has to face one of the hottest shooting teams in the NHL, in the Dallas Stars, who rank second in shooting percentage, scoring on 12.31% of their shots on goal. So I like the Stars here at home. Yeah. I don't believe in my Maple Leafs, unfortunately.
I love it. I love how emotional you get about the Leafs too, like in terms of like negative, and like I could never do this bet even if I thought the Nets were going to lose by 1 million.
I hate and love the Maple Leafs so much. And I truly do hate them, but I truly do love them. but I hate them. All right, you got one more college basketball bet for tonight. Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's do that Houston game we were talking about. I'm actually going to play the under. This is Houston's defense is so ridiculous. And I just don't know where North Florida is going to scrape together these points. And really what it comes down to is even if Houston is totaled high, I mean, this is a pretty high total, 138.5. They're under in 6 of 8 because they play at the bottom 25 tempo. They just want to suck the life out of the ball. Any shot they miss, they're likely getting the rebound. They've rebounded nearly 39% of their misses this season. North Florida, terrible on the defensive glass. So I think Houston's going to score. On the defensive side, they're going to force turnovers. They're going to grab the ball. It's going to be one and done for North Florida. So, Houston's going to get to 80 some odd points. Is North Florida really going to get to 50? I don't think there's enough possessions for this game to push into the 140s. Like I said, Houston under in 6 of 8 games this season. So, I don't hate the look at going with Houston. I just think the under is the better play here. I think that this number is being inflated based on this high point spread. I don't think North Florida is scoring much.
All right. Taking the under in that game, Cody Wells on Houston to cover the big spread. John Heyman has deleted this tweet. I don't know if that means it's not going to happen or if he's going to just...
No, I think he corrected his typo.
Yeah, okay. We'll see. All right, so there you go. Those are our best bets for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up the recap graphic. I'm on Bucknell money line, baby. The Bison plus 220 against LaSalle Panthers in the NHL, minus 118 against the Jets, and the Dallas Stars minus 105 against my Toronto Maple Leafs. Reed, you're on Wisconsin minus 1.5 against Maryland, under 133.5 between Virginia and James Madison, and under 138.5 between Houston and North Florida. I do have some other picks. I won't dive into them, but I'm on Yale plus 6.5 against Butler.
Wait. John Heyman. Giants say they have not heard on Aaron Judge. My apologies for jumping the gun.
Oh.
Han Jamin.
Wow. Why did he do that, I wonder?
I guess
that's a
John made a little whoopsie.
I would say it was a little whoopsie. All right. So it looks like Arson Judge, as he called him in the first tweet. Who knows? I'm still going to say that he's going to go to the Giants, though.
Clearly, he heard something.
Yes. Yeah, my other picks for tonight, I won't dive into them. You can read my breakdowns over on BetSided. But Yale plus 6.5 against Butler in college basketball, and the Senators minus 108 against the LA Kings. And we also have a pick for Texas and Illinois coming up in a little bit. But before we do that, let's talk about our segment. Let's talk about college football bowl games. The full schedule has been announced at this point, right?
Yep. We have on BetSided a bunch of picks, not picks, odds that were posted earlier today, widgets, all that stuff, where to bet them, betting promos, all that good stuff. And in about, within the hour, I will have up every coach that has coached in a bowl game that is in the bowl games, all they're against the spread records. That's a little starter kit for you. Prepping for bowl season. I'll have, previews on every single game, angles to play, and the such. And, all my plays are going to be posted on my bet stamp at RW33.
Love it. And no, maybe you mentioned this, but I was distracted by my cat almost knocking over my camera completely. No early read today. Are you doing any video stuff leading up to it?
Yeah, next week we will have a special guest that we'll announce next week. So pumped about that. Live show doing college football playoff semifinals and a few bowl best bets, and then some other social videos that you'll see on like our TikTok and our Twitter pages. Doing best bets for every single bowl game. Just going to wait for a little bit more injury news, transfer portal stuff to be sussed out, and then we'll release those closer to the game.
All right, love it. Let's dive into some early games that we are looking at. I'm not really a college football guy, but I did find one that I kind of like. I'm interested to get your thoughts on it. So why don't we start with mine?
Let's do it.
Our college football expert you can give us yours afterwards. Tennessee taking on Clemson in the aptly named Orange Bowl between two orange teams. Gotta love that.
I want them to wear they should both wear orange. Yes. That would be hilarious. Yes. It's a bowl game. Who cares?
Yes, I agree. Tennessee plus 7 in this spot. I know obviously their quarterback is out. I think Joe Milton can get it done, though. 63% completion percentage this season, 13.3 yards per throw, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. And also Tennessee's obviously played a tougher schedule in the SEC, but their defensive numbers aren't that far off Clemson's. 48th in opponent yards per play, Clemson at 21st, 29th compared to 25th and third down defense. So I was kind of surprised by this spread. I think maybe this is one that will move down below 6, even at some books right now. It's at 6.5, so you might want to grab it when it's at 7 if you like Tennessee. But I like the Volunteers in that spot. Tell me why I'm wrong.
Again, a lot of movement on this one. So it's going to be Clemson's freshman quarterback, Cade Klubnik, starting. Yes. DJ Uyunglele, he is in the transfer portal, so he's out. So, I mean, look, he played in the ACC championship for most of the game. He carved up UNC. Then again, UNC's defense is one of the worst in the Power 5, so it's not necessarily saying much. Tennessee, their offensive coordinator's off to South Florida. Hendon Hooker's a torn ACL. I'm sure there's going to be some opt-outs there. Now that we're at a touchdown, though, I do kind of agree with you. I do kind of lean towards the Tennessee side because you hit a certain point, like you're going to see steam go in certain directions, but at a certain point you have to start buying the other side. So, it is an exhibition. I don't really know what Clemson's motivation is to be there. Their defense has been tested through the air, and this is a run-first Clemson team that doesn't have game breakers on the outside on offense. Tennessee's rush defense is the best part of their defense, so matchup-wise, I don't know if Clemson's going to be able to pull away from this Tennessee team because of that run defense. So I lean towards the Tennessee side at +7. But like when this was at 4.5, I was thinking about making a Clemson bet. Now I'm going to kind of wait for some more injury news, opt-out news.
All right, I love it. Give me your early college football bowl game lean.
Yeah, this number has been dropping since some soft openers. I still like it as a pick because famous last words, I thought the wrong team was favored. I like Duke at a pick against UCF. I don't even know what bowl it is, but I like Duke pick against UCF. And really what this comes down to is Duke's rush defense. Top 10 in EPA per rush. And if you watch UCF this season, you know that John Reese Plumlee can't really throw the ball. All he wants to do is run. Isaiah Bowser, this is a run-first UCF offense. So if they can't run to set up the passing game, they're going to be in trouble. And you see Mikey Keene, he is in the transfer portal. Their backup quarterback, more of a pocket passer. He's played plenty of times this season. Plumlee, he was banged up at the end of the season. Maybe he opts out of the bowl game altogether. So where's UCF after losing the AAC championship game, kind of their dreams dash? Look at the other side, Duke, one of their best seasons in years. First-year coach Mike Elko has this team humming. They beat Wake Forest to end the regular season. They're back in a bowl game for the first time in a few years. Good offense also. I think that this is a motivation angle here with Duke wanting to be there, wanting to play hard. And again, their rush defense is absolutely nails. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Blue Devils at a pick. That's still widely available. I think that they are the more motivated team. They're the team trending up, and they want to be there. So, yeah, Blue Devils, pick them. That's on December 28th. I still don't know what bowl that is.
All right. The Holiday Bowl.
No. The Military Bowl in Annapolis, Maryland, December 28th, an afternoon.
There we go. Duke pick 'em against UCF. So there we go. Those are some early college football bowl game leans. Let's talk game of the night from college football to college basketball. It is Illinois against Texas. What's Illinois ranked? 14? No, Texas is number 2.
I got Illinois
17 is 17 against 2. Great matchup tonight. Texas is currently a 3.5.
Yeah, this one's been moving.
It has moved a little bit. We are on opposite sides for this one, Reed. So why don't you give me your pick first?
Yeah. So it's funny. I made note to producer JJ to say, like, it was like a juice 2.5, and I was like, just wait for 3 because the 3 is probably going to pop. Now there's 3.5s available, so I played 3.5. I like 3. I would play 3, 2.5, maybe wait. But I think it's time to sell Texas. I wasn't that high on them going into the season. I know they beat Gonzaga, but we're kind of seeing Gonzaga is not what we thought they were as a typical Gonzaga team. They just struggled to beat Kent State at home last night. They couldn't pull away from Creighton as considerable favorites. Now they're on a neutral floor. It's their first game away from home this season. They're facing an Illinois team that Sure, there might be some turnover issues. They, maybe they can't limit the 3-point shot, but they played a tough schedule so far. They played on neutral floors. They played inside big arenas. They beat UCLA. They hung with Virginia. They played Maryland tough in a true road environment. So I don't know. I just think Illinois is a little bit more battle tested. Texas might hang around. They're number 2 in KenPom. I know you hate KenPom. Illinois closer to 18, but they want to play up tempo. I think that they can maybe get some transition buckets. And now over a possession, give me the Fighting Illini. I think that early season, I kind of like the body of work a little bit more for Illinois in terms of who they've played and how they've played in those games.
All right, I cannot tell you how much I hate that pick. How about that?
I would assume so because you bet the other side.
Yes, I got Texas. I did get them at -2.5. So a little CLV trophy, the last one of the show, given out to me for getting Texas -2.5, like you said, up to -3.5. It looks like at most books. My big issue with Illinois, and the reason why I like Texas tonight, is Illinois is at turnover issues, 251st in turnovers per possession, and now they take on Texas, who is 7th in opponent turnovers per possession and 37th in steals per game. So Illinois has got to fix that issue in a hurry, or else they're going to be coughing up the ball a lot tonight. Also, Illinois shoots the 3-ball a lot. 46.1% of their shots are from 3-point range. In Texas, is allowing teams to only shoot 23.2% from 3-point land. I think that's in the top 5 in the country. So perimeter defense and the ability to force turnovers on a team who has been turning the ball over a lot makes me like Texas -2.5. I like it at -3.5. Works for me. Give me Texas.
Well, see, I think neutral court away from the friendly confines of Austin. I think they have a new stadium, so I don't even know where they're playing at right now, the name of it. But I don't know. I just feel like it's a time to sell them. And now the steam, maybe I'm just dead wrong, but I waited for a 3. And then, we got to have a meeting, and it was 3.5. So I was happy. I guess I wasn't next to the screen, let the steam go. But, we'll see. On the Aaron Judge front, Susan Slusser of the San Francisco Chronicle, Giants beat writer, says, buzz in the lobby, I imagine the winter meetings lobby, is Judge going to sign with the Giants? Apparently decision made in the last 30 minutes. Also rumbling among Giants players and other personnel that Judge is coming aboard. So there was a string of tweets there. Yeah. So maybe Heyman jumped the gun before papers were signed, but it does seem like there is the word from the winter meetings that Judge is going to be a Giant.
My guess is Heyman heard, but the Giants didn't like him announcing it, so he heard from someone from the Giants to delete it because they didn't want it to be official until it's official. So that would be my guess. Community pick is on Texas with me tonight, -2.5. They're 1-0 so far this week. They're on the under last night in the Buccaneers Saints game. That hit pretty easily. So there you go. Community and myself on the same side tonight. Let's go, Community. Texas -2.5. And Reed, you're on Illinois. What did you get it at +3, or were you able to get it at 3.5?
I have 3.5. So our meeting before this, when the steam came in, actually did me a favor, got me a half point. So we'll see. We could both win. We could all win, actually. Texas by 3.
Texas by 3 would be a perfect scenario for the daily Betslip crew. We would all be winners. So there you have it. That is our show. Daily Betslip will be back tomorrow. It'll be myself and it says Donovan on the sheet. Is it Donovan with me tomorrow? Donovan's usually on Thursday. Let me double check this. It's me and Ben tomorrow. And Donovan on Thursday. So tune in for that, 5 p.m. Eastern. Reed, any final thoughts?
No, just stay appeal to BetSided. To college football betting previews for the bowl game should start rolling in early next week. Live early read on Tuesday, and I'll be hosting BetSlip on Friday. So until then, let's go Texas by 3.
All right, love it. Thank you all so much for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Gamble or bless. Good luck tonight, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.